The ACI Sport Racing Weekend returns to Imola this weekend. The Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix for the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. We return this weekend to Imola. Hello and welcome here to round number 6 of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. The home to the Italian Grand Prix for Formula 1. This weekend for the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, we are racing at Imola, as I've said many times over now, but we are about to get ready for qualifying. If you don't know how Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine qualifying sessions work, this is how they work. We have 2 sessions. One session is with the even numbers in the championship. So, for example, your 2nd, 4th, 5th, 2nd, 4th, 6th, 8th, 10th, and so on. That is Group A. Group B is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 in the championship, and so on. So that's how it's going to be working this weekend. And I'm hoping that we can get some pretty good action here in this qualifying session for the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. Let's take a look at the chat. And hello to Meep Lol. Hello and welcome. Why angled up so high? I don't think I'm angled up that high. I think I'm fine. I'm going to move my camera over here a little bit. There we go. Please, okay. Should zoom out. Subs, by the way, thank you so much. I'm fully zoomed out. I cannot zoom in anymore. I cannot zoom out anymore. I cannot zoom out anymore. There we go. I don't know why that's there. The pin message that I have is there, and I'm not liking it. Anyways. Okay, so it's time for qualifying. Now that, as I had just explained, that is how qualifying works. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting qualifying session. Of course, we still have Matteo De Parlo leading the championship, and as you can see there, he's at the front of the pit lane, indicating he is our championship leader. Sorry, that is Hideo Makoshi actually at the front of the pit lane there. But we are going to get some action sooner rather than later, hopefully. Here we're going to get some action sooner rather than later for this session. As the cars sit in pit lane, it's actually quite hot at the Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari circuit, the home to Ferrari actually, which is Imola this week. And yeah, this session should be quite good. Straight after this, though, I have to go straight to Formula 1. I sort of hadn't planned this well. My dinner break went a bit longer than what I would have hoped, so I've got to end this stream and head straight to the Formula 1 Grand Prix, which is this weekend at the Hungaroring. Also, by the way, I don't know how I can angle this camera up anymore. I can't zoom out anymore. So, I mean, I can zoom in, I can't zoom out. I can zoom in, look, but I can't zoom out. Sorry, man, I cannot do anything better. I could probably, no, that'd be risky. But that is cool, though. I do like that, actually. Can I sit that there? Do you reckon that would stay? You know what? That's actually quite cool. I like that. But yes, we are here this weekend at Imola as the cars now make their way out of the pit lane. Here and there, they're currently at the moment heading into turn 3 and turn 4 at the moment. Turn 5 and turn 6, which is the Variante Alta through turn 5 and turn 6, and then into Tosa, which is turn 7. Angle is cool. Now you just need a touch better lighting, maybe. Yes. There's a light over there. There's a light here that I could probably put, where can I put that? So, like, I need it, like, right there. Maybe, like, there, maybe? The lighting isn't the best. I don't like the light that's in this com box. It's not the best. The lighting that's in this com box is not the best. Right there. The lighting is right there, up above me, and it's not the best. But hello, Elizabeth, and hello to, I didn't actually catch the other guy's name. Let me check real quick. Hello to Meep Lol as well. Welcome to the stream. How are we all? I'm doing well, in case you two ask, but yeah, this light is not the best. It's actually quite crap light. Yeah, I'll set that light that's over there up here for next session, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. The lighting is not good here. I think I could probably turn it up. As the session is underway, there's 12.5 minutes to go. Well, I'm too about to have lunch soon. Okay. I think it's what? Quick guess. 10 a.m. Nah, the light's max. Like, I can't do any better than that. I can't do any better than that. I'm going to move my seat down a little bit. 12 p.m. Oh, two hours off. Dang it. But yeah. So now into this session. A bit more calmer session. Who would have lunch at 10 a.m.? What? Who said me? Who said I would? I'm kidding. No. I don't have lunch at 10 a.m. Whoever has lunch at 10 a.m. is crazy. I say that. Anyways. The car's getting some heat into their rubber. George Morgan is up in the commentary box this weekend. George Morgan is doing Freca. He's doing Creator Series. He's doing iRacing. And George Morgan, W Muns, he's up in the commentary box this weekend. As the guy that normally does Freca is over at Formula 2 this weekend. Freddie Slater this weekend he was over at the Hungaroring for the Formula 1 Grand Prix. He's now moved to Italy for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. He's leading more or less, he's in a championship battle with Matteo De Carlo. It has been about 2 or 3 weeks since Freca has last hit the track, so bit of a break. It's been about a week or two since I've last done Freca, so it definitely has been a while. But Freddie Slater and Matteo De Carlo in a championship fight. But yeah, you are very much right. I think I might need better lighting in this room. I'm looking at my reflection. It definitely doesn't. I'm not liking the reflection right now. But a few cars will be starting their laps here. And trying to get possibly what is pole position. There's 2 points for pole. So 2 points can go the way of whoever gets pole position in this session. Now, as I explained before, there are 2 sessions in qualifying for Freca. One session, it is going off 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 in the championship. And 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, which will be in the next session. So that's why you're seeing Freddie Slater in this session, as he's sitting second in the overall championship at the moment. He's sitting only 12 points off the back of Matteo De Carlo, who's leading this championship, as I've said a number of times already. But yes, my dinner break was quite well. It was quite good after a 2.5 hour stream that I had done just before that. So it was quite a good session. It was quite a good dinner, indeed. So in this session we have Freddie Slater, Matteo, we also have Aldaheri, we have Davide, and then Ekmans, Baron Bakti in P6, Bedron, Zagrata, and then Taito Kanato Lay, Pedro Claro, Evan Julter, Robertson, Edward Borna, and Saduka. See, now this is Elizabeth's probably favourite part of her weekend, is where I bottle everyone's names. And for those people that were here in last stream, there were a few new viewers to the stream. I bottled those names. I can't imagine that Elizabeth wasn't laughing in that situation. I give her credit. I can't pronounce names. it's probably Elizabeth's favourite part. So when it comes to Stajuta, one botch name, 1 equals 1 push-up. Okay, I'll add that to the video. I will add that to the video. I'll actually put that in the video. I haven't got time to continue the video yet because I've been eating dinner and washing up. So that's why there's a delay to this here. But Freddie Slater here, as he puts some temperature into these Pirelli tyres, it's quite important that you get temp and pressure into these tyres, because if you don't have enough pressure or temp, you will tend to just overcook the tyres. And when I mean by overcook, as Freddie Slater heads through the Ravazza 1 and Ravazza 2, and will make his way and try and start a reasonable lap around this circuit. Now, what I mean by reasonable lap is I mean probably around about, I'm going to say a minute 40, maybe a minute 39, be a reasonable lap around here in a Formula 4 car. But, of course, 7.5 minutes to go. Anything can happen here. Now, you won't be hearing much of George Morgan up in the commentary box there in Italy, as I want to try and cover as much of these races live as possible. So, hopefully we won't see as much of George Morgan this weekend, as I want to try and commentate as much of this as possible. Pedro Claro, though, he's on a flying lap, and he's fast. He's 9.4 seconds up, and of course, that's because the only person that's done an indicative lap at the moment. We'll see what this lap is like for Pedro Claro. It's done a 140.373, so not a bad lap indeed. And Evan Gilter has quickly knocked that off by a 140.3. So it's 1 millisecond separating the top 2 cars. Biron Bakti's done a 40.5. Nikita Pedro's done a 40.7. And Tata Kato, 40.5. Ivan David has just moved up to P3, 140.5 as well. So the top 3 cars separated by less than 2/10 already. Ian Ekman, the German, is at the moment. Also, I will get you to 120 once you upload the camera. I will get you to 120 once you upload it to the cable with no motivate. Okay. Yep. Okay. I don't mind 120 subs. That doesn't look bad on my name. Yeah. It's uploading. Sorry, it's uploading. It's happening. I've got it unlisted for you guys. I found a way. Thanks to Google. I've just got it unlisted for you guys. So, it's uploading now. Evan Gilter, 4/10 up at the moment. He is, and so is Pedro Claro. He's also 3/10 up as well. So, these laps are going to be quite indicative as we run through now the Ravazza 1 for Pedro Claro. Sorry, this is Evan Gilter. He's currently sitting at the top of the timesheets. He's done a 140.3. Pressure is on me now. Yes, pressure is on you. Come on, Elizabeth. Anyways, no pressure. I won't pressure you. Evan Gilter. Pedro Claro's just gone to the top. He's done 139.5. And Evan Gilter, 139.6. Taito Kato. He's currently on a lap, but it's about a 10th off Evan Gilter. We'll see if he improves. No, he doesn't. He stayed P10. He's done a 39.6. He's moved up into P3, Taito Kato. Good luck. Freddie Slater, though, he is flying. The Prema driver is flying. BRB? Okay. But Freddie Slater is flying the Prema racing driver. He's nearly half a second up at this point. Rachel Tahiri as well is also up by nearly a 10th. Ian Ekmans is improving. Everybody's improving, more or less. So let's just wait until everybody crosses the line, because I'm just going to get myself confused with all these laps that are happening. Freddie Slater's done in P9. What's the lap going to be? Watch out as he will come to the line. Ian Ekmans, though, he's running through the Ravazzas as well. Or heading down to the Ravazzas, and so is Al Daheri. What does Freddie Slater do? He's done a 39.1, nearly 2/10 faster than what we've seen on Pedro Claro. Al Daheri has moved up into P2, 139.4. Ian Ekmans, 139.5 in P3. Good lap there from Ian Ekmans. Mastio has just done a 139.9. Wow, it's 7/10 covering the top 10, or less than 7/10 covering the top 10 cars. That is close. So close or not, it is always exciting. The Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. Here, Freddie Slater, though, he's at the moment at the top. Here, it's going to be a matter of backing off and letting the tyres cool down, and then going again in this session. Nikita Bedrin, P7 alone. He's only a 10th off what we've seen from Freddie Slater so far. As he runs to the line, a bit of slipstream from the car in front. It's P2 from Nikita Badger, and he's done a 139.2. He's 0.13 off Freddie Slater, but Nikita Badger provisionally on the front row. We still have one more session here, and that is, I think it's 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 in the championship, and so on. So Freddie Slater at the moment, he's 200 up. He's currently sitting second in the championship, as I've said many times now. As he runs through Ravazza 1 and then into Ravazza 2. Get a good exit. Very important. Bit wide on exit there, using all the ripple strip. But I don't think that would have cost him. As he runs to the line, this is Freddie Slater. No slipstream from the car in front, but I think he's got plenty of aerodynamic performance to improve lap time. He's done a 38.9, the first 38 of the session. Aldahari has popped up at the P2. He's done a 139.231. He's still 3/10 off the pace of Freddie Slater. But now that top 10 separated by 1.2 seconds. So the top 10 is just increasingly getting that margin getting increasingly bigger and bigger between those top 10 cars. Pedro Claro is sitting in P4 at the moment as he runs through Variante Alta and then up through into Tosa, which is T7. And then Peratella, P9, and T9. Pedro Claro, though, on a lap. And so is Ian Ekmans. So the young German is very much flying. Pedro Claro up into P2. He's done a 139.1. The track is continuing to rubber in, which means that the times are only going to get faster and faster. Ian Ekmans, he is 100th up as he runs to Tamburello and Variante Alta. He's now heading to the Villeneuve chicane here. Into Variante Alta now. Sorry, the Villeneuve chicane now. On the exit, using a bit of the ripple strip, up into Tosa. This is turn 7. Into Tosa. Get a good exit. That can really, really help your lap. Coming out of the hairpin. Schwartzman has done a 139.5. Edouard Borna has just done a 40.8. With a minute and a half to go in this session. Here. As we ride on board here with Ian Ekmans. Up through Acqua Minerale. Very famous part of the circuit, that part of the circuit is. Acqua Minerale. Get a lot of action through there. Of course, supporting Italian GT this weekend is the Formula Regional European Championship Alpine, so Italian GT being the main category that is here. Evan Joubert, the French driver, is about 0.1 off Freddie Slater. The times are closing in, meaning the track is ramping up. Nikita Bedroom is also on a lap. He's only 500 off Freddie Slater. It's going to be tight for pole position. It's going to be provisional pole. Evan Joubert he's still 2/10 off. He's P5. Pedro Claro has moved up into P2. He's done a 39.0. Nikita Bedroom, Evan Joubert, Tata Kato are on a lap. Let's see what this is Tata Kato. Evan Joubert has crossed the line. Stays P5. Nikita Bedroom. Ian Ekmans up into P6. Nikita Bedroom up into P3. Tata Kato. He's running to the line. And that lap's P3 for Taito Kato. So still 2/10 off. There's a lot of cars running through the Tamburello chicane. And then Variante Alta, which is the next two corners, which is 4 and 5. 5 and 6. Turn 1, not really a corner, which is Variante Bassa. I've got a very good Italian accent, I'm guessing. I really do. David has just got his time deleted. He's dropped back down to P13. Freddie Slater, though, on a stonking lap. He's 0.1 up. He's had a few laps to cool the tyres. Freddie Slater to the line. He's done a 138.6. He's improved his time by nearly 2/10. That will possibly confirm him provisional pole. And why I say provisional pole is because he's physically and he's not actually on pole position yet. We still have one more group here. But that is the time to beat. A 138.6, the time of Freddie Slater. If you can beat that, you're going to be in a pretty good position for this weekend. Because, of course, we know how quick Freddie Slater is in these conditions. Evan Joubert running to the line. He's about 0.1 off Freddie Sato. It's going to be up there for Evan Julter, the French driver. Toto Kato, the same thing. It's personal best. But Evan Julter stays P3. He's done a 38.9. Toto Kato stays P4. So, Pedro Claro on the front row. It's 3 tenths separating the top 2 cars. And Evan Julter running a tenth back. So, 3.5 tenths separating the top 3 cars. Freddie Sato, though, the British sensation, the American sensation, has just sensationalized this session. That's a lot of S's in one sentence, but sensational Freddie has just sensationalized this session. Huh? No pun intended. But, yeah, Freddie Sato, what a session for him. And that's exactly what he would have needed for his confidence in this championship. That is provisional pole for Freddie Sato. Of course, being such a big grid, it would be almost impossible to get a reasonable lap time in with nearly 35 cars on this grid, or about 30 cars on this grid. So having them all sent out at once would be almost impossible. So it's a championship order that these cars run in. So, yeah, it would be impossible to try run these cars all at once out in one session. But Freddie Sato, though, heading, making his way back into the paddock, and at the moment is on provisional pole. Still got one session, but the results of that first session, 1:38.6 is the fastest time for Freddie Sato over Pedro Claro, Evan Julter, Toto Kato, the French driver, Nikita Vedran, the Italian, Rachel Tahiri, the Yasmarinen in P6, Ian Ekmans, along with Nedov Bubiran Bhakti, Capstar Tuka, and then Giovanni Mascio, Javier Zagreta, and Egua Borna. Once again, bottling the names. And Elizabeth wasn't even here to hear it. So, if she was here, she'd be laughing. She would. She really would. She really would be laughing, Elizabeth Women, if she heard me absolutely bottling those names. So, yeah, it has been indeed a bottling names day for me, as we are about to get this next session underway for the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. Of course, this is not the only streaming that I will be doing for the rest of the night. I've still got Formula 1, which I've got a few things to set up. I want to set up the speaker, because the speaker that I'm using at the moment isn't speakering. It's actually quite glitchy, this speaker. So I'm going to try and change that out. And I'll get that light from over there and put it over here, and then switch the speaker out. Oh my god, I've got so many things to do. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. But yeah, the rain has stopped. Sort of. It's still raining, but it's not raining as heavily as what it was earlier. So yeah, of course, this Emilia-Romagna circuit covers by nearly 3 miles, 4.909 kilometers. Circuit name being the Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari, well known as Imola. The previous winners for Formula 1 around here are Michael Schumacher, Ralf Schumacher. Michael Schumacher has won nearly 6 times around this circuit. Fernando Alonso has also won, along with Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen as well. So, this car's now for the next part of qualifying, which is 1:35.79 in the championship, meaning Matteo De Pallo is in this session. So watch out for the young kid to absolutely stonk everybody off their toes here, and maybe even stonk Freddie Sato's time, because he's been doing that a lot. He's been winning races, and that's all you can ask for in this championship, is to win races and try and bag a championship. We have seen in the past, many of people do that in the recent past, and it's been quite successful for most of them as well. But yeah, really, heading into this weekend, I was not expecting to get unbanned from streaming. I really wasn't. It was not a thought in my mind that I was going to be like, I'm going to get unbanned from streaming this weekend. It's just going to happen. I just wasn't expecting it. So there you go, I'm unbanned now. So hopefully I can try and get as many streams done for you guys as humanly possible. And try and get as many Formula 1 sessions done. And actually, this is the last session for 3 weeks for Formula 1. So what am I going to do with my life? Good question, you ask. Well, we have Freca. We have the Euro 4 Championship, which kicked off last weekend. It kicked off 2 weekends ago. Now back with the Italian F4 Championship, which I think is live right now. So go check that out on the Italian F4 channel as well. So go check that out right now as I'm just checking something. Give me a second. It should be live. Yeah, I think it is. It is. The Italian F4 Championship is race 1 is live right now, but I'll be streaming that tomorrow from, I think, 1:55 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. And then I've got... Yeah, then I've got a few other sessions as well, which also includes the Formula 1 qualifying session, along with Freca, which will be their first race of the weekend, and then qualifying to as well from 10 to 6. So quite a jam-packed day here. So the cars out on circuit as they all try and battle to try and get some track position. And it's probably the most important thing here because you only have 19 corners around this circuit to you have 4.9 kilometers of circuit that is run by here, and the driver's struggling to find a bit of space. So yeah, that's definitely not a good sign, but they are at the moment all bunched up here. As we look at Matteo Giappalo, as these drivers very much weave heading down this front straight to try and get some heat into their rubber, which will be very important for their laps that they're going to do here in this qualifying session. These drivers, of course, get 1, 2, 3, 4. They get 8 sets of Pirelli tires, 7 sets of Pirelli tires throughout the weekend. So how you manage those 7 sets of Pirelli rubber will be quite important indeed. Thank you to 2 people that are watching. Hit like button, subscribe. On my way to 120 subs. So it would be indeedly quite good. It would be. 9 minutes to go in this session. Nobody has set a lap at the moment. But expect that to change within the next couple of minutes. Probably the next minute or so. As most of the drivers just trying to, at this point, find track space. Really, that's going to be the most important part of this session. Try and find a bit of space. As the marshal's waving the blue flag there in the background, telling people to move out of the way. As there is a faster car behind you, so not much happening at the moment out there on the circuits. Cars just trying to get temperature, also trying to make some space. It is also quite good that it is good in a way that the cars are all bunched up, because the turbulent air tends to warm the tyres a bit more, but you don't want to be sitting in behind it for too long. It can hurt you. Matteo Giappalo has just started his flying lap. Here we have Akshay Bora and Enzo Deligny in this session. Enzo Deligny is also in this championship hunt as well. So a few big names in this one with Akshay Bora, who in the recent past, the Hungaroring especially, or even Zandvoort, had multiple retirements in qualifying race 1. Fortunately, he was able to continue within race 2 and not retire. So that's always good. And of course, top 10 score points within the race. So if you can score points, it will be very good for your motivation, and of course good for the championship fight that you might be having with local drivers. But yeah, this is Q1B. So you might be wondering, guys, this is not Q2. Well, Q2 comes out tomorrow after race 1. So Q2 will be in opposite order. It will be Group P goes first, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, so on. And then Group A will go last, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, so on. But Matteo Tapalo, Hiyu Yamakoshi, and Enzo Deligny are all on a lap at the moment. And Matteo Tapalo is going about 6 seconds up faster at the moment. As he runs to the line, it is a 1:39.8. We're still 1.3 seconds, but that is a really good lap off Matteo Tapalo. He's done a 1:39.3. He's only like 1:39.8, sorry. He's only 1.5 seconds off, but I thought that was going to be a 38 then. I was really thinking that was going to be a 38, but it didn't end up happening. There, as Tapalo and Yamakoshi as well. This is Jin Nakamura, who had a pretty good race last time out, finished P7 in race 2. Hoping to try and continue that successive form this weekend. The Japanese driver has just gone to the top of the session as well. He's done a 1:39.6, so nearly 3 tenths faster than what Deligny did on that lap. This is Matteo Tapalo continuing on second push lap in a row. Got to be careful. Wouldn't want to do 3 or 4 push laps in a row. You'll kill the tyres. So there is actually time to do three push laps straight in a row. But I think Matteo Tapalo, this is a cool down lap, more or less. Hiyu Yamakoshi, though, is improving through the first 2 sectors at the moment, and so is Enzo Deligny, who's in P2. 2 Japanese drivers within this field, that is Hiyu Yamakoshi and Jin Nakamura. 2 very quick young rookies. Of course, Freca being the pathway to Formula 3. If you win Freca, you get that note to Formula 3. And your eyes almost light up with fear. As Matteo Tapalo has just gone to the top of the session, he's done a 1:39.2. Hiyu Yamakoshi's done a 1:39.3. And Enzo Deligny might just match that as he runs through the final sector. Or maybe even go a bit quicker. He stayed P4, 39.8. He does improve by a 10th, and a 10th only. Enzo Ye, 140.4. Eriki Liu, 139.9. Tim Gerhard, 40.4. Belov 139.9 as well. Tim Gerhard's had an accident at Paul Ricard. Well, it wasn't really an accident. It was more or less a crash at Paul Ricard's, which was a few weeks ago now, 2-3 weeks ago. Had an incident at Paul Ricard's. He was okay, but I think it was more or less just a bit of a grip issue with the circuit. Track not fully gripped in. That's not a thing. Why? Stop getting your words worded. Word your words, Travis. Word them already. Matteo Tapalo, he's about 3 tenths up at the moment through the first 2 sectors. He'll be wanting to improve and try and beat that time of Freddie Slater. Normally this is the best session to be in, as the track is a bit more rubbered in, a bit more Pirelli rubber put down. Car behind him, that is, I think it's Moshri in the number 16. Matteo Tapalo, though, has just finished that lap. He's done a 39.0. He's now only half a second off the pace of Freddie Slater. I think that lap might get beaten in this session. Enzo Deligny has just done a 38.9. Good lap. Very good lap from Enzo Deligny. Akshay Pora is also flying. He's moved up into P3. It's at 39.087. He's 300th off Matteo De Paulo and 1/10 off the lead. That is not a good sign at all. That is Tim Gerhard's around at the chicane of Variante Alta. So around the Variante Alta. Timberello chicane, which is turn 5 and turn 6, and then of course we have the which is turn 2 and turn 3. And then the Villeneuve chicane 5 and 6 as well. So that was the spin at Variante Alta on the exit of Acqua Minerale, and then the run from Acqua Minerale to Variante Alta. 2.5 minutes to go. Matteo De Paulo Enzo Deligny leads this session. He's still half a second off Freddie Slater. At this point, Matteo De Paulo would be P11 or P12 on the grid. This would not be a good sign for De Paulo's championship, or even a bit further up, maybe P9, P10, which still would not be a good championship starting position. He has 2.5 minutes. He has enough time if he gets the line now, which he's not. He's just passed the Variante Alta chicane. He's coming in through the Ravazzas now, which is Ravazza 1 and Ravazza 2. So, if you got to the line about 10 seconds ago, he would have got enough time for 2 whole laps. But, he might... Yes, he'll get enough time for 2 laps still. So, Gian Nakamura through that second sector. He's gone personal best. I think he's making his run up through... he's about to hit Variante Alta the chicane there. Tim Gerhard's running through shots, who had that spin. Waiting there for Kin Nakamura. He's now making his run to the line. Kin Nakamura running out the second Ravazza, and to the line for Gian Nakamura. It's P3, so he runs through the second row of the grid. It's 39.0. Jack Beaton has just done a 39.7. He's gone P7 in this session. Matteo De Paulo, though, is flying. He's 700th off Enzo Deligny. He's gone a 10th up on Enzo Deligny, but he's still about 3/10 off Freddie Slater. Nobody's on to beat him. Freddie Slater, not even Matteo De Paulo, the Italian, has a really good chance here this weekend. At his home ground, bit slideways out of Ravazza 1. Matteo De Paulo, sending it absolutely everywhere on the exit of Ravazza 2. Again getting sideways. 500th up through the final sector. What's that going to be? It's a 39.94. It's not good enough. It's not going to beat Freddie Slater. We saw 39.3, which is rapid, by the way. From Freddie Slater, he's still like 4 or 5 tenths off. Nobody's on to beat him. Enzo Deligny's gone to the top. He's done a 38.8. 30 seconds. Matteo De Paulo has enough time for another lap. Akshay Pora is improving to the line. It's P2, 38.9. Still 6 tenths off the pace. Wow, this session. Nobody's getting close to Freddie Slater. Still, Enzo Deligny. He'd be P5 in this session. Matteo De Paulo would be P8. Wow. 38.9. Kin Nakamura. 38.9. Good luck there. Matteo De Paulo, P9 now. And the checkered flag waves. Does De Paulo have another lap in those Pirelli tyres? Does he? I don't think he does. Kin Nakamura, though, will be starting probably P4. He does. Matteo De Paulo's improving. The Italian in the number 8 Trident car is about to stonk this field. 500 up through the second Ravazza. Can he be on the second row of the grid at maximum? To the line, Matteo De Paulo, no slipstream. To the line. It's P2, 38.87. It's still, though, not good enough. Still 3 tenths off Freddie Slater. It's still Enzo Deligny looking to try and beat the time of Freddie Slater to the line. And so is Akshay Pora. Is this going to be good enough? 38.5. I think it is. I think it's on par. Akshay Bora to the line. It's P2. It's a 38.7. Mattia Tapalo, still not good enough. He's P3. Deligny might have just stolen pole. Akshay Bora was so close. But yet so far. My palms are sweating. Oh, that was close. Wow. Enzo Deligny might have just done that, by the way. There's, 8 other cars in this session. Wow. But on rookie pole in this session, rookie leader in this session, Dion Gowda. Good luck there from Dion Gowda. But this is what happened that's Enzo Deligny. Quick guess. No, that's not Enzo Deligny. That wouldn't be Enzo Deligny. But that's the car off the road down there. That might be Kinaka Roberta. No, it wouldn't be. That very much wouldn't be Kinaka Roberta. But in the end, Enzo Deligny over Akshay Bora and Mattia Tapale, Kinaka Roberta, and Yamakoshi, the 2 Japanese drivers, Dion Gowda, Michael Belov, Ricky Liu, Jack Beaton, Ri Yang Hei in P10 over Tim Gerhards, Saka Al-Moshri, Adida Galgrani, Yaroslav Veselau in P14. The Bangladesh driver. Wow, what a session. What an absolute session. I've now got to switch back to the Hungarian because we're heading over there next. But what a session. And it's all gone the way of Enzo Deligny in this session. Unsurprisingly, he's the quickest. He's not pole, but he's the quickest in this session. Unsurprisingly, very much unsurprisingly in this session, he's gone quickest. It is Enzo Deligny on pole. It is Freddie Slater, actually. I think Enzo Deligny might have grabbed it. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to check the website. But that is it. We'll be back for race 1 a bit later on today.